Hi everyone. Can you hear me, guys? Today we'd like to welcome our guest Vladimir Bazhenov, who is a professional trader. He'll be sharing his opinion on why you should take your try on the practice session. Hi, Vladimir.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. I hope, guys, that you can hear us quite well, and we're all ready to start. Let me shortly cover what this webinar is going to be all about, okay? So, we've been hearing a lot of requests from you to invite somebody who has an independent view on trading, who has been trading a lot. And we have such a person for you today. He has a good understanding of the market. I know Vladimir quite well for quite a while, and I can guarantee that you should be attentive about what he's saying and should try to take on as much as you can, because today he's going to be covering quite important subjects. First of all, let me introduce Liberty Market Investment Company. A few words about who we are and what we do. Is our presentation working at the moment?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So today we'll talk about what we do. I will introduce our guest, and he'll talk about his path to professional trading. Also, we'll share what kind of resources we have to help you as a trader pass the recruitment program with us. Vladimir will be talking about the importance of the practice session, why you should try it before you do anything else. We'll also talk about how our program is different from all other such kind of programs. Why are we better than others? And Vladimir will also share a few tricks and tips on how to better pass the practice session. Now let me tell you a few words about LMI, which is the next slide. As you know, our goal is to create a safe environment for every one of you so that you can feel supported with us. We don't want our traders to feel on their own when they trade. We want you to always be sure that there is somebody who cares, stands behind you, and always ready to help. We want you as a trader to grow in the safe environment, to improve your trading system, and not to worry about whether you will lose your capital or not. This is why we have developed a quality traders recruitment program. This is what the practice session and qualifying session all about. Basically, the practice session is the first stage of the traders recruitment program. This is where you can test your trading system to see how it works in the environment, which is quite close to the live account environment, to experience some real emotions about your profits and losses. And so you are getting psychologically ready to pass on to the next stage, which is qualifying. And once you pass that, then we give you our account so you can manage it, a funded session account. If you have recently completed a trading course or you're learning technical or volume analysis for yourself, then our recruitment program might be beneficial to you. Even if you're an experienced trader and would like to try something new, for example, try new markets, you've always been trading CME and you would like to try Chicago Mercantile Exchange or CBOT or something like this, then we are ready to provide our resources as well. With us, you can trade all liquid markets from natural gas to DAX, basically. Whatever your preferences, you can find your futures and trade it with us. We are sure that whatever you're trading and whatever part of your professional path you are standing on at the moment, we will be useful to you. And Vladimir will be talking more about it later today. Now, Vladimir Bazhenov is a professional trader, as you all know. He has more than 10 years of trading experience. He learned about trading from his friend. He started to trade Forex, Moscow Exchange, and then Chicago Mercantile Exchange. He tried various trading systems. He was adjusting his trading style to how the market is changing. And now he's got a very successful trading system, which he's teaching, as well as trading it by himself. This is where I'm ready to pass the microphone to Vladimir. Vladimir, welcome again.
Yeah, hi everybody again. That's my first webinar in English, so maybe my English would be not so perfect, but I will try to speak so everybody understood me. I'm sure next one will be much better. As Slava said, I have been trading for over 10 years, and I started from stock trading. It was mainly scalping that brought me a pretty good income. However, over time, this strategy profitability began to decrease due to lower liquidity in the Russian market. And in 2011, I switched to trading futures on stock. I switched to trading futures on CME and Eurex. My old strategy proved invalid in these markets, and I lost a part of my capital. So I had to switch to trading with a demo account in order to develop a new approach to trading. A few months later, when I have read a large number of books and reviewed a lot of new strategies, I have developed a new approach to the market. I realized that everything is in the details that very few people share. Like everybody know about false breakout, but nobody knows how to use it. Yeah, very few people explain its essence and entry point after this signal. So I have to develop my own strategy, and when I did it, and I prove it by good results on a demo trading account, I could get down to real money trading. However, another problem appeared, the kind of self-confidence and the fear of loss. I'm sure a lot of traders face this problem as me, and it was really, I think, the biggest problem for me, because shade of previous loss affected me. I couldn't afford to lose some more part of my capital, since trading has been my only source of income since 2008. So I decided to pass a qualification test in one of proprietary companies, and I succeed. And that's why maybe that's why I'm here to share my experience and to explain how can it help you. Now I see it was a great decision, because I got rid of the fear of loss of my capital, and I could trade comfortably without additional emotional burden using a proprietary firm's account, and thus I didn't incur any risks. One moment, I will increase volume, because our technician said that I have to do this. Is it better now? Guys, can you listen me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. As you know, a psychological aspect is very important in trading. Comfortable trading is very important. I believe many people face the situation and they achieve great results on a demo account, but when it comes to trading a live account, they show bad results. In most cases, it happens due to psychological problems. You're worried about the results, attach too much importance to money, or focus on past failures. And usually we can't forgive our failures. Yeah, we lose money and we're trying to get them back, but they already lost, and we have to move forward. And that's a biggest problem for traders, I think. So consequently, some discipline problems arise, which leads to losing money. In my case, the proprietary trading account, solved my biggest problem, the fear of losing money. That's why I think you have to try to trade on not your own money, but proprietary trading money. It will help you to feel more comfortable. I can continue about my experience, or Slava, do you have any questions?
That's I can quite agree that risks are and actually worrying about losses is what stops you from becoming a successful trader. And I know that we sometimes spend years to overcome this fear of loss. You're saying that your milestone on this way was when you tried to pass qualifying with the prop trading company. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, sure. It was 2011, as I said, and after losing my money, I passed this qualification from proprietary trading company, and I get rid of my problem, this fear of losing money, because I know that I can't lose any penny from my own capital, from my own money. So my trading was very relaxed. I can follow my system. I trade my signals, and I can think only about trading, not about money or how much can I lose. Can I afford this trade because of quite big stop loss or no? So that's why I recommend everybody to try to trade on a proprietary company's accounts, because it really helps. You know, psychological problems are like 90% of your success. If you get rid of your psychological problems and you can do proper trades, you really can earn money much more easily.
Yes, and again, I would quite agree with you here. If you look at this slide, we are talking about risks. And if you are aware of the risks that you're taking on, then your psychology suffers, of course. You know that sometimes people just bring their own capital to a broker, open an account, and then make a few trades and lose everything. You probably heard about that, guys. So this is where we come in, and we tell you, just don't do that. Remember about risks. Remember that futures markets are very risky and they are leverage markets. You won't be able to do it by your own. Come to us. We'll give you a chance to trade in a safe environment. And then if everything goes well, you won't need to go to the broker at all, because we will fund you eventually. All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so I'll tell a bit more about how we help traders trade with us in a safe environment. You all know that trading is at least 50% about psychology, and then the other half is your trading system, your knowledge, your experience, whatever. So we want you to experience similar emotions to what you would have experienced in your own trading account if you had brought your money to the broker, for example. Once you pass the practice session, you obey the rules, you earn the profit target, you pass on to the qualifying session. It has the rules exactly the same as the funded session. And then when you pass that, we get you funded. And if something goes wrong with your funded session account, for example, you start losing money, we don't say that we don't want to see you anymore. We don't want to fund you anymore. No. We say we will support you, and you can choose to give up your funded session account and take another chance with your qualifying session or the practice session, depending on how much you lost, basically. I guess that no other prop trading companies will give you such a chance, because most of the people say that, okay, you've lost 25% of our capital, now you're out. We don't want you anymore, right? We don't say that. We support you in any case. So basically, we save you from the excessive risk, and the only fee that you pay is the cost of your subscription. You pay for a monthly subscription. You trade. You try to reach profit targets, and as a bonus, you get a full access to Wolfix platform, and you can use our built-in risk management module, which can be set up so that you don't break any rules. If you set it up correctly, then you won't break practice session rules. Now let's compare. For example, you don't want to trade with us. You want to trade your own account, and you're trading intraday. Let's say you would want to trade CL, crude oil, right? To trade one lot of crude oil, you would need at least $2,000, maybe $3,000 to cover a few losing trades. And then the intraday margin would be at least, I would guess, $1,000. So you should be holding this money in your brokerage account. Now, if your stop loss for one contract is 10 or 15 ticks, which is not a lot, then for every stop loss that you get in the market, you are paying $100 to $150 just right out of your pocket for nothing. And as we know, many traders move their stop losses. So they start from 15 ticks and then they move their stop loss to 20 and so on. So you get a few stops, and then this few $1,000 is just gone already. Why do that? You could have just bought 1 month of practice session subscription, let's say the medium account, and the price of the monthly subscription is just equal to 1 stop loss of the 1 crude oil. Vladimir, which is your favorite symbol to trade?
I prefer to trade crude oil and gold, also mini S&P. That's my favorites. And I can add about risks a little bit if you want.
Yes, sure.
It is worth nothing that risk control is the only thing that we can control when trading on exchanges. But just adequate risk control will provide you with good results. However, this rule is very often violated by traders. This is again due to psychology. After receiving several losses in a row, we focus on trying to prove something to the market. We chase another trade, and people don't like to be wrong, and they often try to prove their case no matter what. This turns out to be disastrous. Self-control is getting lost. Risk control should be a priority and should never be violated. When I left the prop firm and kept on trading my own capital, I hired a risk manager who was in charge of controlling my risks. Over time, we even switched to a kind of system when the risk manager was in charge of entering a trade and setting stop loss. I provided a clear plan for certain trade, and the risk manager implemented it. Now, proprietary company provides you with a free risk manager who won't let you lose money than a certain amount allowed. I know some traders who have been earning for years but have lost their deposits for 1 or 2 days due to ignoring risk control. They have let my guard down. Just one force major event is enough to lose everything. So if you can't control your risks one day, this may happen. So it's very important. You always control your risks. And that's why it's nice to trade with a proprietary trading company, because they provide you with this ability. They provide you with risk manager. It can be automated or manual.
Yeah, and let me also stress that practice session would be a good way to test your own trading system. This is what the next slide is all about. I promised to give you some information of why you should complete the practice session at least once. Why is it so important? When you trade your own money, you get understanding of how well you're trading very quickly, right? Because the market is the judge, right? If you don't know how to trade, then very quickly you're out of the market. The same happens with our recruitment program, but for much, much, much cheaper. As you are passing the recruitment program, you'll be slowly getting an objective image of how much you are ready to trade a live account, because we have an automated risk management system. All the rules are automated, and at any point of time that you're trading, you see how well you're doing. You see all the statistics real time, the percentage of losing trades, profitable trades, the same for the trading days, and for all the symbols that you've been trading. At any point of time, you can learn and you can improve your trading system if you see that something is going wrong. So we all know that we don't become professionals just in day one. We need time to do that, and we need some objective information. We need somebody to tell us what we are doing wrong. So we can either hire someone and pay them a lot of money, like Vladimir did, for example, with his own risk manager, or we could try our trading system when doing the practice session, and the system itself will be telling us that, for example, we are not adhering to daily loss limits, that every day we are risking too much, and that's why, for example, we break daily loss limit rules very quickly, and we can't reach the profit targets. That's why we have to restart our practice session again and again. The statistics will show you very quickly what you are doing wrong, and you won't be paying much for that as compared to your own live account. So you analyze the market, you make hard decisions where to enter the market, where to exit the trades. You do what you can, and you know that at any point of time you are covered, because we give you one of the best analytical platforms in the market. We give you one of the best risk management systems, and we give you one of the best funding conditions in the industry. I know, Vladimir, that you've also started your practice session recently. How is it going at the moment?
I trade once, one day only, during our webinar, and maybe I will do online every day. Like I will show how I pass in this qualification. So maybe this week I will start in my YouTube channel, LMI YouTube channel, this trading sessions, so everybody can see online how I trade and how I'm trying to pass this qualification. That's important for new traders, for maybe even not for new traders, for experienced ones, that they can take something from me, because I have really big experience, more than 10 years. So it will be nice to see this trading online, and we can make, you can announce this next session. This week we can make webinar when I will trade. I will tell you some tips how to pass this qualification, how to trade, which levels, how to find best levels to trade, like this.
Oh, that sounds good. I think we are scheduled for the live trading webinar. I think it's sometime the end of this week. So you guys don't want to miss that as well. Vladimir will be trading live, and you can carefully watch what he's doing and probably try to understand the logic and do the same in the future. Now let me tell you a few things about how we are different and why you should try our recruitment program. We believe that we've got one of the best funding conditions in the industry, and our funded traders prove this. For example, if you pass the recruitment program, you'll be managing quite a lot of money, 10K to 150,000K. And the first $3,000 you withdraw 100%. So all withdrawals up to a total of 3,000 is all yours, all the profits that you've earned. And everything on top of that, 80% goes to you and 20% goes to the investor. As I said before, one of the biggest advantages of our funded session accounts is that at any point of time you can requalify for the account. And let's say that you lost half of your max trailing drawdown in your funded session account. It was a bad day. They happen and tend to happen all the time, right? And you see that you don't want to continue with the funded session because you don't have much capital to risk left. You can just give us a shout and we'll close your funded session account, and we'll give you a free qualifying session. So you will have 1 month of the qualifying session all for free. And then once you pass it again, we will provide you with a new funded session account, and all of its parameters will be brought back to zero. So you will have no losing trades on the account. You won't have any losses, and the limits will be exactly the same as if you started today. So you'd be really welcome to try our recruitment program, I believe. Now, Vladimir, do you have any other tricks that you use when you're trading the practice session? Like, what's your best advice to the traders?
My best advice is do not run after money. You know, it's just remember when you trade demo account. I'm sure a lot of traders can trade demo account perfectly. And do you know the reason they can't trade on a real money account successfully? I think that because you just trade pursuant to the system and you don't care about the outcome. You don't worry about it. What happens when we shift to real money trading? We change our goal. We have this big change in our goal. We are trying to make money. We are not trying to make good trades. So you don't just test the strategy, making things clear according to the rules. You start either to learn real money or to lose it, to earn real money or to lose it. Now making money becomes your goal, which distracts you from the trading process and trading system that you have tested. Actually, it seems quite difficult to get rid of this problem if your capital is insufficient. So, because
I would definitely agree with you, because I can say for myself then when I'm trading small amounts of money, I really stick to my system, and all the trades seem to be perfect. I'm trading, for example, I'm trading a trend system, so I will only take trades along the trend. But once the capital grows, or once I switch from demo account to a real account, then I want to take some strange trades, some non-systematic trades, something that I would have never traded before. Why is that?
Yeah, and usually when you trade small money account, when you have your real money account, your own real money account, any loss might become critical for you. And this will emotionally suppress you very much. Therefore, I believe that if you want to start to trade with a little capital, you shouldn't better start at all. And proprietary firm would be the best solution for you. For over 5 years, I have been teaching trading. I have trained hundreds of traders, and I know only a few cases when traders could turn small accounts like a few $1,000s or euro into really large-sized assets by trading futures. Shares provide better statistics since traders either do not use leverage at all or use pretty small leverage, like 1 to 4. Futures leverage may be about 100. If your deposit is small, for example, 2,000, 3,000, any loss will be a significant damage for you. In low volatility instruments like sometimes S&P, not now, not this time, the minimum reasonable stop will be around $50, yeah, $50. For such instrument as crude oil or gold, the minimum reasonable stop loss will be at least 150. Consequently, even if you incur the minimum loss of $50, you hold up to 2.5% of the entire capital. 3 losses in a row will result in minus 10-15% of your capital. That's not allowed.
Yeah, I would say that's too much. So that's a very good advice. When you see your capital is insufficient, just don't start it to trade it altogether. Save it for the future. Save it for your family, and instead try trading with a proprietary trading firm.
Yeah, and also you need to become an experienced trader. What does it mean? It means that you never violate your rules, because when you have no experience, you think that you can enter trade anywhere, or you have fear of missing the trade. You know, when you see like you missed opportunity to enter at a good level, for example, crude oil, and it starts rising, and it rising like crazy, and you blaming yourself, you're trying to catch this trade, but never try to catch the trade. Yeah, you have to trade only major levels. I differ levels like major and minor levels. So never trade minor levels, because you need much more experience. You need much more money to trade minor levels, because you will have not good ratio, profit and loss trades. So if you trade only major levels, if you follow your system, you do not violate your own rules, you will earn money. And that comes only with experience. When you have been trading like at least half year, you may learn that violating rules bring you losses. And when you...
Yes, eventually you will lose, even if you win in the short perspective.
Yes, anyway, you will lose on a distance, yeah? When you trade like few months and you violating rules all the time, finally you lose your money. This is statistics. It's that's a rule. So trading must become like a routine for you. You can't violate your rules. You only follow your rules. You only trade major levels, and you will become successful, I'm sure.
All right. A few more points. If we switch on to the next slide. I previously mentioned the built-in risk control module, which I suggest you to try. You set up the parameters of your daily loss limit, and then the account loss limit, and all this stuff. You try it, and then you can concentrate on how you trade, rather than counting those ticks. Like, I've got $200 until the daily loss limit. Just set it up a little bit lower than the loss limit that we provide you by our rules, and then be sure that this risk control module will stop you from further trading. That's my advice to you guys. Of course, I would support Vladimir when he says that you shouldn't be trying to catch up with the trade when it's already gone. You better know your levels. You put alerts on the major levels, and then once the price bounces off this level, you can try and enter the market. There's a lot to talk about when we are talking about levels and volumes, and I'm sure that Vladimir will be pleased to teach you all this stuff. Vladimir, what exactly are you teaching traders?
First of all, I teach how to find major levels that will give you good results. Because, and I'm given some hints, some small details that were never told by big traders. They were never told in books. It's like small tips that you can use only for your own. Like I told you before, when you trade false breakout, everybody knows about false breakout, yeah, but very few know how to trade it. Very few know that you can't enter immediately after you see false breakout. You need a confirmation. And these small tips can really improve your trading and give you very good results. I hope I will show during next webinar a few trades, and you will see how precise I can enter the trade. Because if you understand these levels, if you understand where price can bounce, you can make very precise trades with really low risk. Like you can enter exact price where price is retraced. Maybe you can.
Okay, that sounds great, and I hope that we'll discuss this in detail on our next webinar.
Okay. And also, I can tell you about psychology, how to trade, how to balance yourself, because it's really important for traders. We are always under the pressure. We're taking big risks, and it's very important to have this instrument of balancing yourself. Also, one more tip I can give you now, that a lot of traders making a mistake when they set a daily goal of earning a certain amount. Never do this. You don't know the market will behave in future, or whether there will be volatility, or the price will approach to strong levels. So when you set such a goal, you forget about the main thing, that you can only earn by making good trades, particularly trading from strong levels and trading clear situations. And you start making trades randomly from all levels, as you need to earn a certain amount. You should search for trades, and our brain is designed so that it can both find anything and justify anything. So such a chaotic trade doesn't usually produce good results, and those you lose instead of earning. You have to wait for our trade, and we can trade it maybe even for a few days. Doesn't matter. Wait for a clear situation, or wait for a clear level, so you understand this. You understand it. This will bring you success. You can assess a specific daily amount. Once you have earned this amount, you stop trading. It will be reasonable, but never make a goal of earning a certain amount, because it really can kill your trading.
Great. Thank you for this advice. From what you're saying, I'm getting that your students get a complete armor for the trader, like psychology plus technical part, and you will definitely see how you can apply it on our next open webinar. And as for now, it's not much left to say. As we've just announced, the new webinar is coming soon. This week, we will tell you how to set up Wolfix platform for yourself, because many of you guys have asked us to invite the Wolfix representative, a person who is really close to the Wolfix platform developers, and this person will explain how to set up your favorite analytical modules, whatever those modules are, cluster profiles, box charts, reverse charts, whatever you're using. You can ask how to do it to your best benefit, and also we'll tell you a little hint on how you can quickly contact the platform developers and request the features that you most need. As for this webinar, we're coming to an end, and at the end of the webinar, let me inspire you with the words of Arthur H. The next slide. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. We have mentioned that everybody is starting from a different background. Some people have a lot of trading experience, some are just starting. But all of us have resources available, and it only depends on you guys how you're going to use those resources. Some learn quickly, some take years to understand one simple trading rule. But wherever you are starting, we're here to support you. We are looking forward to getting you funded. So we invite you to take part in our practice sessions, show us that you can trade, and we will definitely support you once you get funded, and you'll join our team of funded traders and get recruited. You can contact us everywhere: Facebook, join our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. Discord is where all these live voice streams are held. The help center is help.lmi.com. If you have any questions left, then always welcome to contact our support team on Skype or by email. And then Vladimir Bazhenov is ready to hear your questions. He's got his own website, pacificmarkets.com. You can contact him directly by email or Skype as well. Thank you very much, Vladimir, for sharing your best resources with us today.
Thank you for inviting me, and hope to make next session with you again, maybe this week.
Yeah, I think so. In your newsletters, you have received the dates of the upcoming webinars, so check them out again. And we are really looking forward to seeing you on our on our next live webinar. Thank you, all of you who came today, and hope to see you soon among our funded traders. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.